The Spokane Indians are canceling their Pride Night. The reasons behind that decision coming up tonight.
Wind comes just in time for the weekend. We're talking sunshine and highs in the 50s.
The Colfax food pantry is staying open for 1 month longer than expected, and now volunteers are racing to keep the doors open before the end of March. Good evening and thank you for joining us for Krem 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. The Spokane Indians canceled their Pride Night this year. Krem 2's Christian Garza shares how the LGBTQ plus community is reacting and why the Indians made that change.
Spokane Pride says that they are disappointed by this decision and that it's felt across the LGBTQ plus community, while officials with the Spokane Indians say despite not having Pride Night this season, they are still supporting Spokane Pride in other ways.
In an email sent to Spokane Pride, the Spokane Indians clarified that Pride Night will not be on the schedule, citing that the team is constantly exploring new themes to engage the public, which occasionally means rotating certain themes out each season. Pride Night has been on the schedule for the last 5 seasons. This year, the team plans to bring back their breast cancer awareness theme for their Mother's Day game and potentially are looking at a domestic violence awareness game later on in the summer. Jake Schwartz, the president of Spokane Pride, emphasizes it's not about losing the game, but rather losing the opportunity for visibility at community events outside of the normal Pride celebration.
In an environment where it feels like it's getting harder and harder to live out and open, it becomes much more difficult. These smaller events, which are just as important, bring that visibility to them too. So to see some of that being pulled back, I think our community is fairly frustrated.
In the email to Spokane Pride, the Spokane Indians emphasizes that this decision does not mean that Avista Stadium is any less welcoming to its LGBTQ plus fans, and that the team still plans to participate in both the Pride Parade and Festival this summer. The Spokane Indians offered to organize a discounted group outing in lieu of Pride Night during June. Spokane Pride officials say at this point they are not planning to utilize those discounts, but they hope to continue to work with the team in the future. The Spokane Indians communication team was unable to meet on camera to talk about this decision, but they did send me a statement saying in part, some promotional night themes and titles change from year to year. Just because we are not specifically having a Pride promotional night in 2026 doesn't mean we won't host one again in the future.
For this year, Spokane Pride is planning to work with other sports teams like the Spokane Velocity to bring themed nights this Pride season. In Spokane, Christian Garza, Krem 2 News.
All right, let's switch gears and talk weather on this Friday with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. He is joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center with more on what we can expect this weekend. Jeremy?
Mark, it's looking pretty good. Right now, I can see a little bit of sun out to the west and down to our south, which played a big role in what we wound up seeing today. We topped out at 47 degrees here in town. Wind out of the southwest at about 13 right now, and those gusts are still going to get up near 20, but expect them to die down once the sun goes down, and we remain quite a bit calmer overnight. Tomorrow, a lot more sun, especially to start the day. We're waking up to it, and it's taken us into much of the day, but notice down to the south, a little bit more cloud cover. That's with the disturbance going by all the way down in California. So we're on the far, far northern end of just the cloud cover. That cloud cover should work its way out, and by Sunday, we're talking sunnier skies for most of the inland northwest. It's a big turnaround for us, especially since we're getting rid of the wind. Tomorrow, we're going to climb all the way up to near 50. In the 50s by Sunday, mid-50s by Monday, and even warmer come Tuesday. It's a big taste of spring as we actually kick off meteorological spring on Sunday.
That's good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. We are learning more about a homicide suspect killed by Spokane police this week. The county medical examiner identified the man as 47-year-old Richard Shepard. An independent team headed by the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is now investigating that police shooting. Just this afternoon, the investigative team sent this photo of a shotgun they say Shepard was carrying. Shepard was a suspect in a homicide at the Apple Tree Inn. A preliminary investigation report says he refused to surrender when police surrounded him at at a home on West Carlisle on Tuesday. The report states he was jumping into neighbors' backyards when police shot him. A third alleged accomplice in connection with that deadly stabbing at the Apple Tree Inn last weekend appeared in court today. 24-year-old Elizabeth Wallen faces a second-degree murder charge after police say they found probable cause that she was at the scene and later ran away. Wallen has been identified as the girlfriend of Jonathan Woodcock, who was also charged as a, quote, actor or accomplice in the case. According to court documents, Woodcock and Wallen allegedly drove two men to that motel on Sunday and gave them money to buy drugs. The couple then picked up the suspects after the stabbing, dropped them off at a nearby home, and then drove to Ellensburg. Shoshone County Sheriff William Eddy resigned today after 3.5 months. In an email sent out to county officials, Eddy cited medical reasons and stress at the recommendation from his doctor. While in office, Eddy faced many challenges, including a deadly shooting at the sheriff's office in downtown Wallace. Eddy's resignation must be formally accepted by the commissioners. Then the Shoshone County Democratic Central Committee will have 15 days to select 3 new candidates for consideration. Eddy said in part today, quote, serving Shoshone County in this capacity has been one of the greatest honors of my professional life. I am grateful for the support I have received from the county leadership and the citizens of this community, end quote. The Colfax food pantry was expected to close as soon as tomorrow, but tonight they have secured funding to stay open. Krem 2's Amanda Rowley shares how they'll continue to serve hundreds of families in Whitman County for at least one more month.
The Colfax Food Pantry serves about 260 families across Whitman County. Now that the nonprofit it operates under is disbanding, the future of this pantry is on the line. Right now, volunteers are racing to figure out how to keep the doors open before it closes at the end of March. Council on Aging operates the food pantry. It's a nonprofit that is disbanding after facing financial and operational challenges. With that decision, programs under its umbrella, including this food pantry, are left in limbo. The food bank serves Whitman County as well as filling the shelves of the WSU student pantry. A student volunteer who made a pickup today is worried about the impact of this hub closing.
To me, it's kind of heartbreaking because so many people rely on this because our food pantry, unfortunately, we can only serve students, but there's still all the general public that utilizes this food pantry, and I'll direct people to this pantry who need additional help that we can't always provide.
Right now, volunteers are working to create a separate 501c3 so the Colfax Food Pantry can operate independently and continue serving families here in Whitman County. Until that paperwork is approved and funding is secured, the future of this pantry and the hundreds who rely on it each month remains uncertain. Now we know the closest alternative food bank in this area is the Community Action Center Food Bank in Pullman. We'll keep you posted as this develops. Amanda Rowley, Krem 2 News.
Coming up after the break, former President Bill Clinton appeared in front of congressional lawmakers to testify about his relationship with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Details in 10 minutes.